Guys, let's be completely honest here. At this point, play against West Ham is just 3 points. 11 goals conceded in 4 matches. I don't know what's happening with them, but obviously Spurs don't have anything to do with that. So let's analyze this game. Okay, you're seeing the numbers, and by the stats, Tottenham just destroyed West Ham. But I wouldn't say so. Okay, from Soucek being sent off onwards, then I'll say yes, Tottenham dominated because 11 against 10 in modern football is pretty much easy, especially if you are already a better team, which is what Tottenham are. But anyway, I actually think that at the beginning of the game, West Ham was decent. Like, it was a very balanced game, and I will show you this when I show you guys the momentum map or attack momentum. I don't actually remember, but like it was a map showing offensive actions. And West Ham did have chances at the beginning, but like from the, let's say, the half of the first half onwards, it was all Tottenham. And in the second half, there was the little Soucek being sent off. So a quite easy game. But let's go to my notes. All of those notes I wrote right when the first half ended. And I wrote crossing, because Spurs crossed the ball 22 times. Only one of them, literally one, was right. Horrible accuracy. And I remember thinking this when, like, throughout the first half, I said to myself, why would Tottenham cross the ball having Tell on the pitch as a striker? Like, it doesn't make sense. Tell is not tall. He's not strong. Xavi Simons isn't tall. Kudus isn't tall. So I didn't quite understand the strategy in the first half. I don't know if it was a lack of creativity, even though I like Simons. He was trying to create some things. Bugva was good, I would say decent actually. Bugva was decent and first half obviously, because in the second half he was amazing. And I don't know if it was a lack of creativity or if it was actually the team's instructions to cross the ball as much as they could, because it's true that West Ham are horrible at defending set pieces. I know we could see that especially in the second half, but random crosses and set pieces are very different in my opinion, and I do not think that was a good strategy in the first half. I didn't like Tell as a striker as well, because he wasn't being so mobile. He was more fixed, like a positional striker, whereas maybe for him it is better to have a 9 that can come to the midfield, create some chances, like try some 1-2s, some link-up plays and stuff. But it wasn't the case. He was basically doing almost nothing. Xavi Simons was decent. I don't think he was nervous, which is good. Like, he showed, give me the ball, I want to try things, which is good, like for someone who is debuting. Is that a verb? Anyway, it was a good sign of maturity and stuff. And regarding West Ham with the ball, I don't think, okay, as you can see in the attack momentum map, like around, let's say, half of the first half, something between 20 and 25 minutes, I believe they started to feel very comfortable with the ball, trying to create chances. Like, Paqueta was starting to create chances, to find passes, to find progressive passes. Bowen was starting to beat his man 1v1. And around this time, I remember Paqueta losing an opportunity. But let's say 25-30 minutes mark onwards, Tottenham started to feel very comfortable and show signs of creativity, offensive actions, etc. And then we go to the second half. Right at the beginning, Sa scores from a corner with Xavi Simons assisting. And what I found bizarre in this goal was that he was alone. Sa was alone in the area. He was literally alone. No one was marking him. He had enough freedom to move, position his body, and then to score with a header. And also something that I forgot to comment is that in the first half, the disallowed goal, in my opinion, was a correct goal. In my opinion, the referee made a mistake. If we go and analyze that goal, the referee considers a foul by Van de Ven, but Van de Ven was also being pushed by another player. So basically, it was everyone pushing everyone and stuff. So in my opinion, it should be allowed. Like, the goal should be allowed. But anyway, coming back to the second half, minutes 54, Soucek is sent off. And when I saw that, I was, what? Like, my face was, I was like very surprised by what he did, because it was not like Tottenham didn't have a good opportunity. It wasn't like he wasn't trying to stop anything. Okay, if someone will score and then use light tackle them in a desperate move, I can't quite understand. But like, I do not know what he was thinking, seeing what he did. And in my opinion, that just conditioned the game. And I agree with the SPN commenter in Brazil, obviously, because it's where I live and therefore where I watch the games. Anyway, he said that he felt Tottenham would win anyway. And I agree with that, because it was after the first goal that he was sent off. enough, and West Ham wouldn't be able to be so defensive. They would need to attack more and give more spaces to Spurs. So I do think that's right. But at the same time, Soucek just destroyed the game. Like, he just got any West Ham chance and put to next to zero. And then some minutes after that, Bergvall just scores like an amazing goal. It was so beautiful. It was just an amazing goal, to be honest. And it was from Romero's long ball. So Romero assisted, which also gives me the opportunity to say that Romero is one of the best in the world in his position. And at this point, I just embrace the fact that I say this every video, but it's true. Anyway, and then some minutes later, Van de Ven scores. Like, it was such a beautiful goal as well. First of all, first touch. Second of all, his right foot. And also, he is a centre back, but he was just so quality. It's bizarre. And Bergvall assisted. And in my opinion, Van de Ven and Bergvall were probably the best players on the pitch. I'm wondering if someone was better than Van de Ven. I don't think so. I would say Bergvall and Van de Ven were very good. Xavi Simons was good. Kudus was good as well. I would say I liked everyone, to be honest. Romero was good, but I would highlight Bergvall and Van de Ven. They were just so good. And also, I need to admit my mistake here. I need to be a man and admit my mistake, because I said all the teams that would be relegated would be the 3 teams that came from the championship. And I'm starting to think that was very wrong, because West Ham are just playing horrible football. Like, they can't defend properly, they can't attack properly. So I'm starting to think that if they don't sack Graham Potter, they will be relegated. And also, I don't know if you've seen this, but Tottenham were the only teams that conceded only 1 goal so far. Tottenham, Chelsea, but Chelsea played 3 actually. So Tottenham, Arsenal, and Crystal Palace. So that is showing us that for you to be offensive, to play attacking football, to score goals, you don't need to be reckless. You don't need to ignore the defense completely, as Tottenham were doing with Ange Postecoglou, who, by the way, got destroyed in his first game, 3-0 against Arsenal, which doesn't surprise me in any way, to be honest. So I want to say that next game is mandatory for Tottenham to win, because I try to calculate the points and using my maths and what I think it will happen. By considering all games, I believe Tottenham will have something like 16 to 17 points at the end of the league phase in the Champions League. And in my calculations, I put this game as a win for Tottenham. So it is very important to win, and Tottenham have an amazing opportunity considering all the opponents. I should have made a video about this actually. In my opinion, Tottenham have one of the easiest fixtures compared to the other English clubs. I'm also thinking about making a video, like a starting 11 comparison, Tottenham against Villareal, and post it on Monday. So if you think that would be good, just let me know in the comments, because then I will make it. And obviously, if you have anything else to say to me, you can leave it in the comment section. But that was it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends in case I have said anything useful and you think they might like it. And see you in the next one. Bye.